I'm learning the hard way over the years not to tell people your goals. Most people don't have goals. They don't have any goals. So when you tell people your goals and they don't have any goals, it makes them upset. Envious. They want to stop you. They want to shut you down because it makes them look bad. If you tell somebody, you're telling them to motivate them, and you would think they would be happy for you. But a lot of times when you tell them your goals, especially if you're doing it for free, doing something for free, a lot of times they try to shoot it down. I had a stepdad. He finally got saved on his deathbed, but I told him I was going to do a mailbox business. He said, it'll never work. I was so busy. I was working a job, and I had so many mailboxes to install. It was just ridiculous. It was crazy. He said it wouldn't work, and it was just off. I was so busy. I don't even know how to tell you how busy I was. But anyway, that just goes to show, because he didn't have the initiative, or he didn't have the drive to do something. He said it wouldn't work. I said, yeah, it'll work. You got standard, economy mailbox, standard, and deluxe. I had three styles: economy, standard, and deluxe. And the deluxe sold more than anything. But you give them three options, they're going to choose one of those three. Just the way it works. I started selling books, and people said, oh, it won't work. I ended up with 20,000 books in storage. 20,000 books in storage, and they said it wouldn't work. 5 years, I was busy for 5 years straight, until the Shekinah glory showed up and stopped me. It sent me on a different path, which was kind of good, because I was killing myself. I was working 16-hour days. I was only making about $30,000 and working 16-hour days, and it wasn't worth it, I could have done it more efficiently, but even that, to try to research while you're working, you're researching the software, and you're trying to get the best system in place, scan your ISBN codes and all that stuff. It was a trip. But if you tell people your goals, the ones who have no goals, it makes them mad. The ones who support your goals and say, go, those are your real friends. Those are your real people. But sometimes you have some that come in and say, oh yeah, it sounds good, but deep down they're conspiring to try to stop you. And they'll say code words. I don't think I've uploaded the video yet. Maybe I have, but they'll say code words to try to put you in fear, doubt, worry, try to take away your dream, your goal, whatever your goal is. It could be going to college. It could be making more money. It could be getting in shape. It could be anything. Whatever your goal is, there really are demon-possessed people who try to shut down your goal because they have no faith. They are stuck in a system that they don't see any way out, because they're looking at it by sight instead of by faith. There's always a opportunity. Like right here, I got some free wood, and I'm building a little deck for free. This is not treated wood, but I can stain the wood, and I'm going to put put a weatherproof seal on top of it. But I'm doing it for free. If I had all my material I need, I could do it in one day. It's a little floating deck. If I'm still talking, you'll see the beginning of it when I pull up. I'm unloading this wood, so this weekend I can finish it. Try to maybe not finish it, but get a good start on it. And when I say free, I have to buy the screws. I had to buy a few things, but I'd say it's only going to be like a 5x7 floating deck, and it's going to cost me less than $50. Because most of the wood I already have most of the wood ready. But the game, if you go back to Genesis chapter 4, right? Cain and Abel. Cain saw that Abel's offering was acceptable, which represents faith. And so we're just resting in faith. And so so Cain was envious of Abel because God accepted his offering. And God said, well, if you do right, why is your countenance falling, Cain? If you do right, you'll be happy. He wanted to bring the fruit of the field. He wanted to bring his own offering. He wanted to go his own way, right? But Abel went God's way. Cain wanted to do his own thing. And so Cain could see how much peace Abel had by faith. AB is the abdomen of God. EL is God, abdomen of God. And so Abba, Father, right? ABBA. So Abel went the sacrificial animal, the blood offering, points back to faith in Jesus, because he was. And so Cain wanted to bring his own something from the field, right? Something green, go green crowd. Cain, greed, envy, strife, murder. So Cain killed Abel because Abel had peace. Abel was accepted, but Cain wasn't. And so the legalists are still that. Genesis 4 is happening right now, right here, right now, every day. Even they're listening to what I say, and they say, well, it's faith plus works. No, it ain't. It's faith alone. And it makes them mad that I'm resting in faith, that you are resting in faith, because they want it to be works. Because why? It's their way. They're offering the go green crowd. They love Mother Earth. They worship Mother Earth. They worship the creation instead of the Creator. It all fits. If you study the types and the shadows and the antitypes, if you study the types, shadows, and antitypes, you'll be able to see clearly. So there's going to be a little deck and put a little grill out there. If you study the types and shadows and antitypes, you could solve all mysteries. Everything fits. It's just like a puzzle. All the puzzle pieces fit together. Speaking of types, shadows, and antitypes, you got flash and anti-flash, Christ and antichrist. So an antitype, in the theological scope of things, they say, well, you see the prefigure of Christ, and then you see Christ appear. That's the anti. No, it ain't. I don't know. That don't line up with math. That don't line up with literature. That don't line up. I don't know where they came up with that. Anyway, I love this wood here. But the antitype is Christ and Antichrist. It's Flash and Anti-Flash. It's Superman and Bizarro. It's Batman and the Joker. I mean, it's obvious. Anti means opposite, against. I don't know where they come up with that theological googly gook about anti-types. But they're wrong. In my opinion, they're wrong.